In one of the most remote and beautiful landscapes in Utah, two restaurant owners are serving organic, sustainable, and locally sourced cuisine. It's telling that the award-winning restaurant that connects people to the land is named after the same bridge that connects two towns, Hell's Backbone.
When Jen and I set out to sort of dream up this restaurant, we moved here, we didn't know anybody, we had kind of like a clean palate, and both Jen and I grew up pretty politically active, and we were like, how can we have it be like a force for good in the world? And, we saw a real opportunity here because at the time, like farm to table and organic value system wasn't such a thing in the food world. Every direction around us is monument. Our town is like 21 square miles. It's the size of Manhattan, but there's only 250 people who live here. And we know all of them.
That's for you.
Jen and I, we try to really engage with our food, our ingredients, our customers, and our staff in a way that's more like, look, we get to have this good life. Let's make people happy.
So that's why we're here.
We also have our famous black powder biscuits, our shirred eggs, baked in heavy cream, with those smashed sage potato cakes.
I think people have really connected to our story. It's relatively rare still in the gendered kind of world of restaurants for a restaurant to be female-owned and female-chefed. And we never had investors. We are very much collaborative with our employees.
Okay, great. These are what the things at the top were.
Jen and I met in Grand Canyon on the river. We were both Grand Canyon river cooks. I worked with Jen's then boyfriend, and he brought her to a Christmas party. I had a bowl of this pozole, and I almost fell over because it was pitch perfect. And I was like, who made this anyway? And everyone was like, oh, Jen, Mark Pillar's girlfriend. And I was like, I have to meet her. We opened in February of 2000. Kind of risky venture because it was very quiet around here back then. We moved here because of Grand Staircase, Escalante National Monument. Boulder, where I live, here where our restaurant is in the 99th percentile in the country for clean water, clean air, and dark skies. And that's why these species are thriving here. 660 species of wild bees. Before I lived here, I didn't even know that many different kinds of bees existed. We would have never come here to start our restaurant had not the monument been declared. And the whole sort of premise around it was that a certain demographic of wilderness-seeking, monument-loving kind of people would be coming to have a genuine wilderness experience, and that we could serve them food as they went into their wilderness experience and then receive them and hear their tales when they returned. What I am thinking up is creative ways to engage people around saving this landscape. And it starts with, like almost everything in human society, with a good meal and a conversation. This community is really vibrant, and there's always something going on. I mean, babies being born or somebody's graduating from high school.
The other day, one of our neighbors, Mary Jane, came up with 3 bins of plums and a recipe, a little handwritten recipe, and just offered them to us, not for money or trade or anything, just brought us. It was so sweet.
We are in the desert, but there's an incredible amount of food that's grown here. And so we wanted to really, exemplify and reify and extol the monument's virtues and this place's virtues through our food. And so Jen and I started out with what was here. Let's do the Euro style thing where we're gonna serve what's here and we're gonna make it really buttery. And so we, set about to work with local ranchers to source animals that have really had the best case scenario.
The lamb is a really good example of something that tastes like the place. It's eaten sagebrush, and it goes well with juniper berries and incidental red wine, and braising all that together, and it tastes like Boulder.
Food and culture, and this is Americana in some way, and it ties into culture, and I think that connection is a big deal. People literally come here for the narrative of the Old West, and they want to stick with that no matter what the consequences. And for two women to come out here and create a business and try to do something that promotes environmentalism, that promotes a new way of thinking, a new way of doing, that was really inspiring for me.
Winter squash is one of our favorite crops to grow here. We grow 30 varieties, and last year we grew 6,200 pounds. And we decorate the restaurant with it, we freeze it, we put it on the plates, it just sort of takes over, and it's beautiful.
Living out in this place is, you wake up and every day is this beautiful experience.
To have the experience of being somewhere that's so quiet that you can hear your heartbeat. It's been a really amazing journey that we've been on together. There's 19 seasons of cooking in this remote outpost here in Boulder, Utah, with all of our funny, dazzlingly beautiful and extremely complicated humans that comprise our staff.
People.
Love them. Yeah.
We work. Everybody works. Everybody does something, and I'm doing stuff I love.
One of the things that Jen and I really are alike about is that every day we get up hoping to be a better person today than we were yesterday. And so I like to think that over the years we've gotten better at what we've done, but the overall gestalt of the thing is, how do we embody loving kindness in food? It's really quite special here, and it's really worth coming to see, and it's really worth saving. The geese agree.
The geese agree.
This is Utah is made possible in part by the George S. and Dolores Story Eccles Foundation, the Utah Office of Tourism, the Lawrence T. and Janet T. D. Foundation, and the contributing members of KUED. Thank you.